Welcome to an occasional MCR reminiscence. I'm Mayank Chaya. Excuse the ragamuffin look, but I labor under the delusion that I have the rakish good looks of the great cricketer that I'm going to reminisce about this morning. I'm, of course, talking about the great Indian all-rounder Salim Durrani, who died at age 88 today in India. He was a left-arm batsman as well as bowler who during the 1960s and 70s made a tremendous impact on India's cricket. It was as a 10-year-old that I first saw Salim Durrani play at Jamnagar. My brother Manoj and I were taken to watch a friendly game of cricket at the Jamnagar Cricket Stadium by our eldest brother Trilochan's friends Mickey Chana and Kartikeya Sarabhai sometime in late 1971 or early 1972. Since Trilochan, my brother, was away in Boston pursuing his master's degree in architecture at Harvard, and our father Manohar having died barely a year earlier, my brother thought it would be a good distraction for the two of us to watch some cricket. His friends Mickey and Kartikeya happened to be in Rajkot, where we used to live, and we decided to drive with them to Jamnagar. I think I vaguely remember it was an Impala, but not that it's relevant to anything that I'm about to say. The memory of the game itself is hazy, but that of the 37-year-old Durrani is quite vivid. Given Sarabhai's connections, we were in the very best VIP enclosure where we could see cricketers walk to the ground up close, perhaps 5 or so feet away from us. Durrani was already the most charismatic figure of Indian cricket by then. His tall frame, rakish good looks, like I said, and air of cavalier disregard for the bowler he was facing, not to mention his shirt collar upturned, all added to his charisma. I remember saying to Manoj in Gujarati, "Aajo," meaning "see this," as Durrani walked past us, all padded up and gloved with some in the enclosure already chanting "Sixer, Sixer" in anticipation of his reputation as a batsman. In those days we called them batsmen and not batters as we do now, who hit sixes at will. Of course, Durrani himself had no illusion about his much celebrated prowess, as in many interviews years later he would say, and I quote, "No one can hit a six on demand. It's only when you occasionally get a delivery or a ball that can be hit that you hit. It was my good fortune that I would occasionally get a ball that could be hit," unquote. I do not remember how much he scored in that particular game, but it wasn't that important because it was a friendly game. I remember, though, that he came back to the pavilion rather quickly, so I suppose he didn't score much. In any case, it was a friendly tie, like I said, and the results didn't really matter. I do remember that one standing in the third man position across the slips, he seemed to deliberately let the ball slip through under his legs, gifting the batsman a boundary of 4 runs. It was all in good fun. Incidentally, the predominant job of the third man is to save runs. Along with the wicketkeeper Farokh Engineer, Durrani's fellow teammate and 3 years younger than him, Durrani was perhaps the most charismatic presence in Indian team in the 1960s and 70s. I remember distinctly the slogan, "No Durrani, no test," after he was dropped from the Indian team for the 1973 test match at Kanpur. He was really that popular. In fact, it triggered sort of nationwide protests that he was dropped from the team. Interestingly, though, his career statistics do not necessarily reinforce his reputation as a great slugger. As a batsman, during his 29 Test appearances, he scored 1,202 runs with 1 century, 104, and 7 half centuries. He had 15 sixes to his name. In the first-class cricket, he played 170 matches and scored 8,545 runs with 14 centuries and 45 half centuries. As a bowler, he took 75 wickets in Test cricket at an average of 35.42 and economy of 2.47. In the first-class games, he took 484 wickets at an average of 26.09 and economy of 2.69. As a bowler, Durrani's slow left-arm orthodox style could be utterly unplayable for batsmen. One example of that was seen during the 1971 Port of Spain Test match between India and the West Indies, when Durrani claimed 2 rapid wickets of the sluggers Clive Lloyd and the great Garfield or Gary Sobers. The latter, in fact, for 0, and that changed the course of the game, and that was India's first win against the West Indies. On his day, Durrani was a match winner, either through his sixes or wickets. Given his 6+ feet height, he could turn the ball very sharply, leaving batsmen struggling. Born in Kabul, Afghanistan on December 11, 1934, he made his name and reputation in Jamnagar, the bastion of Indian cricket, because of Ranjit Singh, the Maharaja of Nawanagar, and his unbridled passion for the game, and himself one of the finest cricketers. I'm talking, of course, about Ranjit Singh. Given Durrani's obvious good looks, it was inevitable that he would be offered movies. He did one called Charitra in 1973 with Parveen Babi, where he played the Hindi cinema version of a bad boy, sort of a playboy. I remember a line from that movie where Durrani tells a girl in Hindi, सूरज चढ़ने के बाद हर उस औरत से मैं नफरत करता हूँ जिसके साथ मैंने रात गुजारी हो, meaning after sunrise, I hate every woman with whom I have spent the night, unquote. Not much of an actor, he did not make any worthwhile career as a movie star. Had Salim Durrani been a cricketer in current times, he would have been one of the most sought after and admired cricket stars, flooded with lucrative endorsement deals. He came at a time when cricket was cricket and not a straight path to insane fame and fortune. In his passing, we have lost one of those brilliant originals who made the game of cricket the game of cricket. Thank you for watching.